Hello everyone and welcome back to All the Crazy Things, my stock science exploration in Kerbal Space Program 1.12, where I continue to bring missions into Tylo orbit and try to rescue the Kerbal I've stranded on the surface. And so we have Tylo Lander 2 approaching Joule SOI, and that is the main mission that is going to try to rescue the Kerbal. Though the other lander that could do ISRU might have potential, it's a little bit complicated because that one doesn't very easily allow Kerbals to get in or out, and I don't know if the Kerbal could get inside that particular lander. It basically needs to start off with a Kerbal, as far as I can tell, or we can transfer it using the, when we've docked to something, transfer with the transfer crew option. Somebody had suggested something about that, but we've already designed the thing, so I don't think we can get around that for now. So it's not safe to assume that that can get the Kerbal inside, basically is what I'm saying. So we're just adjusting our orbit down to where it'll intercept Tylos once we get to Joule SOI, so time warping. It's a little bit of a time before the tender gets in, and we don't really need it. We've got the previous tender already in orbit around Tylo, so we can use that for this purpose instead and have Tender 3, the new one, refuel Spaceship 2. I mean, if we need extra fuel at all. We've still got this huge Rhino stage with us, but might as well use the Delta V, I suppose. Immediately we get a Tylo periapsis. And we're not even caring about the Joule situation because we're going to be capturing right into orbit around Tylo right away. That's a little bit more inclination than I wanted. Okay, that might be good enough. We probably need a little bit of a adjustment once we get in. We don't really need to rendezvous with anything though. It's just so that we get low periapsis, which will make it better to capture with. So 12 there, and then the capture burn here. And since it's going to be landing, we might as well bring it to a low orbit. So that burns 1,000. Alright. Tylo, Sphere of Influence. Oh, now Val has developed the maneuver node hold capability. So Val is upgraded to a 3-star pilot now, having entered Tylo SOI. Thank goodness. Alright, that should do. 60 kilometers is fine. I mean, I could probably do a little bit more. Now this is not a reusable lander for Tylo because it uses this stage to do the initial burn for descent. And this stage is only meant to ascend and it has no way of refueling itself. So this is a one-time deal, this rescue mission. Unfortunately. Basically a stripped down version of the real ISRU lander, the one that we landed, which isn't so real I guess, because it didn't manage to do the job, but anyway. Okay, close enough. Ignition. And Wolfhound time. Lots of Delta V in the Wolfhound. Probably too much. We'll have to dump it at some point. We can't land with it. The landing legs are here. And I don't think this thing can balance on that nozzle. Alright, that'll be fine for now. So, we want to land there. I think we'll want to drop directly on it. No frills. No smooth descent, we just want to drop on it. But this is a long burn time, so I have to be careful. I will probably save again ahead of time. Because I don't trust Tylo. Tylo has murderous intent, for sure. Okay, that seems to be in line right there. Right. So, save. Val to the rescue. The rescue. Okay. So what we're gonna do is plop right down on it, because otherwise I'm not sure it's gonna work. Got enough thrust weight ratio in the next stage as well. This one doesn't, actually. We really need to dump some of this. I'm not too sure it's vigorous enough. And it says that's gonna take 4 minutes and 22 seconds or so. That entire path is 9 minutes. Which is why we have this problem. Right, we have 4 minutes to do the burn, and that entire path is 9 minutes. We're gonna have to do some interesting stuff. What I'm going to do is, yeah, we're gonna do some, but we're also going to lift up. We're gonna have a high pass like this. It says already start burn, so it's all foobarred already. Basically 45 degrees up here. I think we have to do it earlier. We're gonna overshoot no matter what. Or smack into the ground. Oh, overshoot and smack into the ground. I guess the question is, how badly are we overshooting? There's Friendming. I suppose we can start going backwards, as horrible as that is. Okay, well, we're gonna flip our orbit here to head the other way. If we have that kind of time. Flip in progress. Okay, we're like this now, sort of hovering into Friendming's location. But we only have 500 left in this stage. This maneuver is probably not a good thing to do. I want to be a little bit further south. Well, that was always going to be like that, I suppose. Oh, wrong thing. Alright, coming straight down style, which is not good at Tylo, but that's what we're doing. Well, I don't think this is enough to get back to orbit safely. Orbital velocity is 2000. So the whole retro burn boost back sort of situation, it's too much. We can't be doing that. But at least I landed in proximity. But I'm gonna load the save and try again without having to do that business. So Val to the rescue, take 2. So yeah, we have to start from over here. Okay, and go. We really can only do the last bit of landing with the lander portion. So I've got 1500 meters per second to avoid smacking into the ground from this height, and Tylo's gravity is going to accelerate us quite a lot. We could aim a little bit lower next time, because we had time. If we have any time where I'm not burning, then there's an opportunity to make things a little bit more efficient. Of course, if I smack into the surface hard, it'll turn out that I didn't have that time. I should have started burning earlier then. I'm gonna guess that I didn't have that time. Okay, yes, this was bad. Eek. Okay, third time's the charm. So, maybe not so high, and continuous burn. We end up way too high. I just need to hug the surface anyway. I'm still getting the same amount of delta V at the end. Oh, come on, go down. Okay, stop. Yeah, well, that's not gotta be enough again. Alright, hugging the ground even lower. I thought this was gonna be a shoo-in. It's definitely going to be good enough. So 30 degrees pitch instead of 45. Okay, go. Oh no, we're falling short now. Hover, hover. Fight that gravity. Okay. Well, Kerbal's gonna have to do some walking. Potentially. Oh, okay. 2,500. Is that enough? Well, I think I'm gonna switch over, have the Kerbal go over here, and then check. I'm not too sure about that. I don't think so. But we might as well find out. I think we can optimize a little bit better. That definitely wasn't ideal. Oh, that's the flag. Whoa, that gravity. I mean, I don't think the jetpack's gonna help at all. Not on Tylo. No. So, Fizz Warp. It's a long walk. Even at 4x. I half expected Val's lander to explode once we got into render range, so I'm sort of happy that it didn't. I'll be honest, at this point, I think we're just going to not do Tylo. I don't like Tylo anymore. Let's do the other moons of Jewel. Any other moons. Well, maybe Lathe has got to be tough too, let's face it. Or complicated anyway. But Tylo's too much. Tylo is the worst place except for Eve. And the Delta V maps all lie about Tylo. Now, I'm already prepared to have them use their EVA packs to complete orbit. I'm aware that that might be necessary. So it's a good thing this lander is disposable. However, how much it takes to get into orbit will inform us about our intended reusable one, the ISRU one. Whether that's actually going to be reusable or not. Now, at least I can just walk through all these. Then make the parallax scatter collidable. This would be a much more tedious... It's already a very tedious walk, but it would be a much more tedious walk if I had made them collidable. There's something there. See that? Floating up. Is that one of our craft? Yeah. Oh, it's something. Let's... Oh, that's spaceship 2. Okay. There we go. Well, I hope Framing lost some weight along the way with this. I don't know, she hasn't, but you know. But would have been good. Oh, we only have 2,485 with both Kerbals on board. Maybe we shouldn't have had Val on board in the first place. Okay, well, we're still gonna try it. Alright, go. As tight to the ground as we can without actually dropping. Okay, going up seems much easier than going down. So delta V wise, that's not a problem. 2,400 seems fine. As long as we have this kind of thrust to weight ratio. Okay, let's hold on there. Apoapsis and ascending node are pretty close to each other, so let's keep going. Okay. Well, we're sort of the wrong way around. We want it to catch up to us. I guess we'll overburn a bit, even though we have less fuel. Okay, we'll say like that. Alright. So, after a few tries, rescue successful. Lathe looking good right there. Okay, 88 left, and we are phasing. Okay, 0.4 kilometers and 30.5 meters per second. So, tight overall though. But we still have the monopropellant if we wanted to use that, or their jetpacks. Okay, spaceship 2's there. Okay, please let docking work. Alright, we have docked. Alright, well, so we've rescued Franming. Valentina, after a few deaths, is safe. But I don't know if Franming brought the science along. That was secondary anyway. But probably not. I'm just gonna leave them there, and I'm gonna bring in the other tanker, the tender, so tender 3, and then we'll see what we do. I think we will relocate. I think I'm done with Tylo. I'm so done with Tylo. Okay, here we are with tender 3, and it's a rare case that I can actually see the Joule system there. There's Bob. They're all in a row there. Right when I enter Joule SOI, which we are in Joule SOI right now. But 2 days to the node, which is fine. Probably wouldn't save too much to start it now. Now this is actually aimed for Lathe right now, but we're pulling it away from Lathe in order to get to Tylo. Do we really want it around Tylo? Well, I guess it'll be more convenient for now. And we'll just have a loose capture around Tyler. It won't cost that much. So, and this is just a flying fuel tank. So, alright. It'll be potentially easier to coordinate things, even though we're going to be relocating. Well, that's a lot of inclination, but we'd fix that at a high point. Let's get rid of existing stuff. So it'll take about 400 to capture. Maybe I can do a quick burn to adjust that inclination. Okay, on to Tylo. This thing actually has 2 Tylo encounters, but we will only be doing the first one. Okay, capturing. I may have started this a little bit late. This particular vehicle takes a long time to burn. We'll be able to do it. It'll capture and everything. It's just not quite at the right time. And I should do Fizz Warp. Okay. That's fine. So, this is also in orbit. We've got one tender there, one tender here, which is closer to where Tylo Lander 3 is. But even Tylo Lander 3, I think, can get over to Val without any problems, without being refueled. So, next time, Val, I think. I would like a space plane for Lave, so that's the most logical thing. Bop and Paul are easy and all, but that makes them less attractive. We've tried to tackle the toughest one first, and it's too much of a pain. It's too much of a pain. I can't deal with it anymore. Maybe once we get really, really big vehicles, as I'll work up to, maybe then I'll try to send something over to Tylo again. But alright, with this safely in orbit around Tylo and Val, having conducted the rescue after a few mishaps, we'll say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.